Hello and welcome to the BVB update for August 19th. I'm Stefan Butzko, and in this format I cover Borussia Dortmund news and other shenanigans, and of course we want to look ahead to tomorrow's starting lineup against Werder Bremen. But before we do that, we have a little bit of news to cover because Hans-Joachim Watzke today basically gave the numbers of Borussia Dortmund, the financial numbers, and of course also he had a little quote about Cristiano Ronaldo because as you might have seen yesterday, Borussia Dortmund were allegedly linked with Cristiano Ronaldo, but obviously, since Bild reported it and CBS Soccer, I think it was pretty clear that nothing was really to that. And Watzke did say, first of all, I have to say I love the player. Secondly, Ronaldo is one of the greatest players this sport has ever produced. Cristiano Ronaldo playing in the Westfalenstadion is a charming idea. The only problem is there's no contact between any of the parties.
Literally nothing we can do.
We're going to get a reputation.
Does that mean he's not coming on then?
Well, James!
And I guess with that, we can quickly move on to a couple of numbers that Dortmund dropped. Maybe just the key numbers because I don't really want to go too much into detail. But basically, the news conference was that Dortmund ended the business year of 2021-2022 with a deficit of 35 million euros. This is the third year in a row now that Dortmund are ending their business year with a deficit. It was 44 million and 73 million respectively in previous years. And overall, Watzke said that the pandemic has taken an estimated hit of about 150 million euros on Dortmund. And that being said, the general turnover is still 456 million euros, so that's not too bad for Dortmund because those are the numbers as they were pre-pandemic also. So basically, they still have rising income, and when they basically have a full season of sold out tickets, then they should be fine because Watzke said that in the last season, Dortmund only sold 40% of their tickets due to COVID, and on top of that come poor performances in cup competition, which of course also led to a loss of revenue, and the TV revenue also increased. Nevertheless, I think it is important to point out that Dortmund right now are not in debt, and if you know anything about the history of Borussia Dortmund, I think this is the most important news, that Watzke and of course the other people in leadership have not steered this club into a financial crisis, which is positive news because I think there will be a lot of other Bundesliga clubs that will struggle with financials due to COVID in the coming years. But with that, we can also move on to my predicted lineup. And as you can see, of course, Korbel is in goal. That's probably the most clear thing. And Guerreiro Meunier also forming the fullback positions. But I also think that even though Süle is back in team training, I still think after only 2 training sessions that Terzic will play it safe and still bring Hummels next to Schlotterbeck. But I do expect Süle to come on later in the game against Bremen. And of course, I do expect Özcan to replace Dahoud. Maybe I'm going out on a limb here because it's not a slam dunk prediction, but I do think that after a full week of training, Özcan is good to go, and I do also think that Dortmund want to play the players and the squad they have built. So I expect that Özcan will play next to Bellingham, and also Adeyemi, of course, will be back in the starting 11. Marco Reus, of course, as the team captain, is pretty set right now, and I also expect Daniel Malen, even though Bynoe-Gittens, of course, lit the fireworks in the previous match. But I still think that Dortmund wants him as a weapon off the bench, but I also wouldn't be surprised if, of course, Bynoe-Gittens is in the starting lineup. And same thing for Moukoko and Modeste. I feel like at this point it's a bit of a toss-up and maybe also a bit opponent-based. So against Bremen, it actually also would not surprise me if Moukoko starts instead of Modeste. But at the same time, I do think that Terzic wants to integrate Modeste as best as possible, and that only works with playing time. Yeah, this is sort of my predicted starting 11. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to get it right or not. My scoreline prediction for Dortmund is a 3-1 win. And with that, I think I can end it here. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, thank you for watching. Until tomorrow, goodbye.